What is up, everybody? We're back out here. I know it's been about a week. I'm going to try to upload about every week if I can. It'd be nice to get a couple videos out during the week, but I don't know if I'll be able to. But just stick with us until we can, get a lot more fishing content. I'll try to get out a couple videos a week here during the summer, fishing in the afternoons. But we're going to fish today. We are fishing offshore with not a DT. We've been fishing with a Rapala DT20, but they haven't been eating it, so we're changing over. We've been fishing with a Strike King 6XD. This is just in the sexy shad color here. It's probably one of my best confidence colors out here, and we caught him really good on it yesterday, but we're going to give him a try today and see what happens. So the good thing about this one versus, we tried the Rapala DT16s and DT20s, but they just wouldn't seem to eat it. I don't think it has enough knocking power, when it's down there. It's not aggressive enough really to draw these fish in and be able to eat the bait. So we're going to give this a shot and hope that it works. We're just throwing this on a 7-Eleven Ducket rod here. We got a Ducket reel on that's, not real expensive. The reels, normally most of my reels are Shimano's. This one was actually free. I got it when I bought some Ducket rods, but we're just fishing with that 7-Eleven cranking rod right here. It's a Pro Series, Ducket Pro Series. I think they're about $180. They actually don't make this rod anymore, but it's a really, really sensitive rod. You don't really need the fanciest reel in the world to just be able to throw these out there and reel them back in. But, that's 10-pound line. I use 10-pound line on my deep crankbaits. I know a lot of people are like, well, go 12, go 14. You don't need that more power, but I'm not going to break off on 10-pound line. I got a pretty decent drag. The fish aren't, you're not dragging the fish out of a bunch of trees and whatnot. We're out here offshore on some hard spots, on some grass, so just chasing them around. They're on bait, so they're on bait out here that's pretty much just suspended swimming around, but this is a great way to get them to come up and catch them, so we're going to give it a shot. Stick with it and stay tuned. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. That really helps me out. I know this is a pretty new YouTube channel, but if we can get them subscribers up and stuff, then, there'll be a lot more videos. I'm going to try to teach y'all a few things, the little bit that I know. I'm relatively new to offshore fishing. If y'all got any tips on what y'all want to see or any tips on offshore fishing, then leave them down in the comments and I'll check it out, and y'all can help me out just as much as I can help y'all, because we can always learn. So, and if there's any recommendations on videos, if y'all want to see a boat tour, an electronics video, or settings video on my electronics or whatnot, just leave a comment down in the comment section and I'll get to those, and I'll try to make all the videos I can for y'all.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Right now we're sitting in about 20 feet of water and just trying to get this crankbait down deep, and I'm changing speeds and varying my speeds pretty much the whole day, trying to figure out what they like, if they want it fast or if they want it slow. So we'll just kind of play with it. Yesterday we were having a lot to eat like right next to the boat. They'd just smoke it right as it was coming up, which was really funny. I'd never had so many eat it like that, but I'm not sure if it was a color thing or if I would have changed colors, they would have ate it a little bit quicker, but got that same color on that caught them yesterday. There's one right there. It's a good one. I'm by myself today, so I don't have any net, but that's a big one right there. Good 2-pounder maybe bigger. Smoked that crankbait. Golly. Did you look at that right there? That wasn't our third cast out there. Look at that fish right there, how he ate that crankbait. Good Lord, you know they were wanting that crankbait when they eat it like that. That's a solid fish right there. I'm going to get a weight on him, and I'm going to try to see what our biggest 5 is today. Man, that's a good solid fish. Look at the black spots on him. Healthy out here. I can clip it on his lip. Oh yeah. Right there, it's locking in at 339. You can see that it's locking in. I'm throwing this on a 7-Eleven Duck It Pro Series. I fish a lot of tournaments. I love tournament fish. There's another one right there. Next cast after that. Golly. Got interrupted. I can't even. They're eating so good I can't even. That's a little one right there. You can ski him in there. Then these are the ones mixed out around here, just tiny little ones eating that huge plug. I mean you can see that right there. I mean that fish's got a face full of 6XD. I mean that's just unbelievable right there. These little ones are the worst. They're feisty little ones. That one's bleeding a little bit, so we're gonna get him back in the water. Not gonna weigh him. He's probably a pound and a half or so, but there is the limit out here on my home lake. It's 15 inches, but out here it's 12 inches, so you can keep a lot more fish in a tournament and stuff. You know, when I'm tournament fishing, you know, it's kind of nice with having the 12 inches, because even if it's a bad day, because a lot of times I do have bad days, this is not an everyday thing for me to be able to catch them like this. But you know, with 12 inches, you can grind it out and at least get something to go to the weigh-in with, and it's always fun. This is where I actually won my first tournament out here. Me and my dad, we won our first tournament out here, and that's really what got us hooked into fishing when we were fishing out of our. If you look at some of my early videos, I was in a tracker, aluminum tracker, and we won our first tournament out of it out here on this lake, and actually right there on that island just about, before we ever learned how to offshore fish or anything. There's another one. It's not very big. Can't even eat because catching so many fish. That one's a tiny little one. It's funny how these little ones are spread out with these big ones and everything. Oh, well, he came off, so there goes that one. And another one right there. I think I got some grass or something. There's some offshore grass. I don't think this is a fish. It is. It's super small, but some offshore grass out here, and I think that's what's holding the bait, because every time I fish these offshore spots, if there's not bait, I'm not going to fish. It's Memorial Day weekend, and it's a whole lot cooler out here than it really should be, and it was last year. These fish, I don't know, I'm surprised they're not up shallow, but these fish are out deep already. I mean, it was like 55 degrees this morning, just supposed to get up into the high 70s, but I'm surprised these fish with these cool nights aren't pushed up into the grass, because this lake has tons and tons of grass, and you can really get on a really good frog bite. But it seems like all the big ones were out here deep. Yesterday when we were catching them, we caught a couple with bloody tails. I mean, the two biggest ones we caught had bloody tails, which they probably weren't a week post spawn, and it was just wild to me, because on my home lake they started spawning in early April, and it's the end of May. And as y'all can see, I know everybody trashes LiveScope and everything, but I use it to look around find bait and I can see the fish. And then you really don't have to use it when you're doing this. You don't have to look at the fish. At least I don't. And I have to go get me some more 6XDs, that's for sure. I only got one of this color. Normally I throw Rapalas, but it just seems like they wouldn't eat. I mean, they'd probably eventually eat it if you threw it a long enough time, but they wouldn't eat it as good as they eat this. I caught, I think, 2 on it all day, and where I was catching like 10 on this. Oh, there's one right there. I just paused it and came up and smoked it. Ooh, that looks, he's trying to jump out there. That's a pretty good one. He's got it choked. Oh my goodness. It's just, I've never had this much fun out here. I'm almost speechless. I'm not the most talkative in the world, but I'm trying to do better for the YouTube. I just can't believe this. Oh man, y'all see that? That's a good one there. And see, I mean, that 10-pound line, you know, it's not gonna break, you know, if you got a decent drag. Oh, that's a big one. That could be our biggest of the day there. I can get them in the net. I'm not very good at netting fish by myself. Golly, that's a good one there. That one is fat. Golly. That is a good fish. And look at it, how it's almost post spawn. We'll get a weight on this fish really quick. He's bleeding a little bit. Get a quick weight on him. Oh man. Y'all can see that he's bleeding a little bit, so I'm going to try to get him back in the water. But 476, so almost a 5-pounder, 4 3/4. I'm going to get him back in the water. I don't want to show him off too much because he's bleeding a little bit. Should be all right though. I think that's one right there. Yep, I got one. Another one finally. Took us a minute. Trying to jump. It doesn't feel very big. Unless it's a really big one that's just staying down. Can't tell. I haven't seen him jump yet. Oh no, it's just a little one. It is a keeper. We'll add him to our 5. just a tiny little one. And these hooks are so good. These Mustad Troubles, they just, I haven't lost many fish yet. They just always pin the fish so good. Just a little one right there. That's a lot of the sizes out here, I think. We'll weigh him just for the fun of it. 114. There's one right there. That one feels a little bit better. Well, I say that, and then they get smaller as they get to the boat, of course. Every time I hook one, they seem big. I might actually have to net this one. Oh, did he come off? Oh no, swimming towards me. Oh, it is just a little one. I thought he was bigger than that. He was fighting a lot harder. There's our 6th fish of the day. We didn't weigh one of those. There's another one. We'll weigh him. See what he goes. He's probably 1.5 pounds, I had to guess. Yeah, 156. So that's our 5th one. Oh, there's one right there. Well, said that I got a bite. I don't think. Well, yeah. There's one. No, he got off. Oh, yeah, it is one. Oh, my goodness. I knew it was something, but I knew it wasn't big. It's just a little white bass, yellow bass, whatever you want to call them. Well, it's not what we're after, but there's that white bass. That's what them big bass are eating on out here. So we haven't got a bite in a couple hours. We're gonna get on the big motor and graph around for a little bit and see if we can't find another school of fish or two. So you can see right here, this is our setup. We got an iPad right here, and we got the Lowrance right here. This is running side scan, and down view. And then this is the Humminbird mapping system, the Navionics. So we're right around here, around this little island. So I use that just from a map, and then I got this. So that's what we're going with. Our view is right now. I use both of these right here just for mainly idling around and graphing and things. So here you can see there's some fish right there. It's a little bit of grass and some bass. Those are probably bass just because you can tell there's just a couple of them there. So here's a lot better school of fish right here. You can see all these. They're stacked in there. Bass will spread out like that, in a longer line, and those are probably all bass. They're just suspended, ready to eat. We could probably catch those right there, so we might try to give that a shot. But you can see them how they're all spread out through here. Those are right underneath the boat. We're sitting in 14 foot of water. Water temperature's actually dropped a bit, a couple of degrees, but you can see how they're scattered out along the bottom here. Kind of see on the side scan some stumps and stuff out here and some grass. So that's what them fish are relating to right there. You can tell right there, see them just all sitting there. Crappie, a lot of times they'll stack on top of each other, whereas these bass, they're all spread out. And you want them up off the bottom a little bit because that's when they're going to bite a lot better if they're suspended like that. And these are actually in a little bit shallower water in 15 feet. So we could probably throw like a 5XD and catch those. So everybody, that's going to be the end of today. We caught them really good this morning. It's getting about lunchtime. I'm going to go in and clean the boat up and get ready for work tomorrow. But thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. That helps me out the most. But I hope y'all learned something today about offshore fishing. We caught a few this morning. I think we caught 6 or 7 fish. We caught them a lot better yesterday, but we were also out here for about 8 hours. That was a good, half-day session this morning. We caught about 15 pounds in about, an hour and a half is what it took to catch those. But we're going to try to, come out here during the week and graph some more, and maybe we can find some more fish and really get on them some more and show y'all a little bit more. I may do a Garmin LiveScope video here coming up soon about my settings and stuff and what I look for. But thanks for watching this episode on my YouTube channel. I'm kind of new to this, so still getting, all the content and stuff and figuring everything out. But, as always, chase your dreams.